Hi, this is Ash from Capital City, here to introduce the CCI radio strap and the anti-sway strap. Here it is. The reason this came about is because of the adjustability, the modularity, and the comfort. Everybody loves leather radio straps, and I'll never knock them. I wore them for over a decade. But there's something to be said about having to unbuckle and rebuckle your strap if you want to adjust it on the fly. On top of other designs that are made out of material like this, you will be stuck with multiple rows of webbing, making this somewhat rigid. Or with leather, you're pretty much stuck with a fixed tab here or here. And the sway strap itself, it's a whole different animal with its adjustability as well, which we'll get to. Overall, it'll be sold either individually or as a bundle, a radio strap and an anti-sway strap, with a bucket design for the radio coming down the road. So let's show you how it works. For the time being, you're going to have to use your own radio bucket. You should have your own by now, regardless of who makes it. You're going to clip it on. Construction of the radio strap itself, you have these HK style snaps for your hooks. Depending on how you wear your radio strap, you snap it right on. Just make sure they're oriented properly. They're non-swiveling at the bottom because the material is flexible enough that this will lay flat. And if all this spinning around, we don't want the strap to bundle up like this. It's a constant issue that we ran into even with leather straps. Putting them on in the rigs or putting them on any other time. The swivels allow the material to spin around, bunch up. So we found non-swivel works the best. Put your radio in. Your anti-sway strap. Throw it on your radio bucket, like so, or you can use the corresponding hole in the bigger rifle snap there. And there's going to be a second piece. It comes off like this. You put that on your uniform pants, wherever you want it. It's designed to fit up an 1 3/4 belt, so it stays with you there. Radio strap goes on. This is on its smallest setting right now. There's two different sizes, a regular size, and there's an extended length right here, which we'll show in a few minutes. Now, if I want to drop this down to about here, you can adjust on the back side with the slider right here. You bring it down, grab the tri-glide, run it down to where you need it to be. Probably drop it to about there for myself. You want to avoid having excess hanging out like this. So make sure that your tri-glide is sucked into the tail where you want this to be. Pull the excess through that rifle snap at the bottom. Put the strap back on. This is where I would wear it on duty if I was going to a medical call, if I wanted to train, if I'm just walking around the store, walking around the firehouse. I like it right here. The biggest issue I ran into with radio straps is if you wanted to clear your chore coat, or if you wanted to clear your turnout coat, you would have to have your radio come all the way down to here so that this antenna, this radio setup can clear the coat. That way you would be able to turn the knobs, manipulate the channel selector past the coat. We've been able to figure out a way to take this radio strap and have a fast adjust system to it. So I brought the strap down to where the radio is comfortable right here. And if I want to extend it on the fly, you grab the Cobra buckle right here, tilt it up. I instantly gain that much more play in my strap. Now I can put my turnout coat on, my job coat. I can have access to it. And when I'm done, I hold the bucket, grab the pull tab, pull it, and it's tight to my body again. Depending on what your task is for the day or whatever you're doing, if you need only half adjustment, or you're getting a hot spot from rubbing because you've had it on for so long, you can adjust this to be in the middle, little run out, tight all the way. We have a Cobra buckle here, a legitimate Cobra buckle, not a knockoff, so that you can dump the strap if you have to. And we'll go over some reasons for that in a minute. We have two tabs here for modularity. You can slip a pen in here, you can slip your sunglasses, you could probably clip a knife to here if you really wanted to. But these are PALS webbing, which is a military term. You can grab a small pouch off the shelf from makers such as 511. This is just a magazine pouch. You can actually weave this in and out of the pouch like so. Weaves in, out, back in through the bottom, and it terminates on a connector here. So you can add a slim pouch, you can add a bigger pouch for a flashlight, a multi-tool if you wanted to. So you have the modularity to put whatever you want right here. The next part is going to be the microphone loop. The microphone loop can be moved wherever you want on the shoulder strap itself. So when you run the adjustment out, it does bring the microphone a little closer to you. So you'll be able to find a sweet spot wherever you want on this strap, so that whether it's tight or open all the way, that microphone is where you want it. Here is your microphone loop. It's got a tri-glide behind it. If you want to put your microphone loop here, you can. If you want to put it all the way up here, you can. The way to do it, hold on to the tri-glide, pull the tab, and if you want to move this further down the strap, just pull it down to where you want it, feed the material through. I've now moved my microphone loop. If I want to move this loop all the way up here, same thing. Hold the tri-glide, give yourself some excess material to work with, start feeding it through, run that loop up, take out the excess. I've now moved my microphone loop. If you want to have more than one of these on here, you can put one here, you can put another one here, you can have 3 of these on here if you wanted to. It's just a matter of an extra loop and another tri-glide, and that's it. Put it back to where I want it. And you finish off by just a little tug, and that's that. You also have an anti-sway strap right here. Your anti-sway, depending on how you want to orient these hooks here, can be connected to the other hook, or it can be connected straight to the bucket. It's your choice. You can adjust the male portion, so if you want to have a longer sway strap or a shorter one, it's just a matter of pulling the material through or taking some material out. And what you do with this is you find that connector you put on your uniform pants in the morning, reach over, clip in, and you're done. Now you have an anti-sway strap. If you want to take it off, it's a Cobra. Find the 2 tabs, squeeze, and it's off. No more trigger snaps, no more trying to fight with your pant loop. trying to figure out if you're connected or not. It's non-directional. You don't have to have it oriented a certain way. You can screw this up by grabbing it the wrong way and still put it in. You're done. Take it off. That's it. Fast connection. You can also take this and you can put it on your bunker pans too. So if you had a second one, I clip in for a regular drill, EMS call, I'm good to go. If I have my bunker gear on, if I had another one of these female connectors on my bunker gear, I can take this off and then clip into my bunker gear. So you have interchangeability between the radio strap. To demonstrate the kind of clearance you'll get, here's my short coat. My radio doesn't clear it. If I want to clear it on the fly, run out my adjustment, and now it clears. Now I can zip my coat up, I have access to my radio. And when I'm done, hold the bucket, grab the tab, pull, you're done. As far as the materials chosen, in the construction of everything, we went with legitimate Cobra buckle. We have military grade nylon, US made mil-spec nylon. You have an edge binding right here for comfort, no chafage on your neck. One with a military grade label, so it won't wear out. It's designed to be worn under your turnout coat, but it does have a melt rating, say a temperature rating of 480 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you think about it realistically, this microphone cord is going to melt at a lower temperature than that. Your face piece is going to melt around the same temperature that this melts. The regular clothes on your body that you wear under your turnout gear are going to melt a hell of a lot sooner than what this is going to be able to melt at. So wear it with confidence under your turnout gear. For uses, not only can the fire service wear this for their regular day-to-day operations, but the tech rescue guys, anyone assigned to a squad or a rescue, you've got the Cobra, so for whatever reason, if you have this on and you get hung up doing confined space or rope, it's easy enough to dump the strap. When you put a rope harness on, you can adjust if you want this to sit low or high. And if you have a rope harness on where the harness is interfering where this loop is, just move it. Move it from here to here if you want. So now you have adjustability on the fly for tech rescue. And then another instance would be EMS. We've had requests where some people in EMS, and maybe even fire too, want to wear their EMS strap like this, believe it or not. We ask why. They tell us because if in the event that somebody comes after them during a medical call, if it's a domestic disturbance or whatever have you, they have told us that they want to be able to dump the strap quick. So if they walk up to that call, they're calling in for whoever they need, another medic or whatever, and they have a feeling it's going to go bad and the person that's in the room is going to grab their strap and choke them with it, now the whole thing is gone. You've dumped the entire strap. So we've gone over how to adjust it, the adjustability overall, melt rating, cleaning. The other benefit of this is the fact that you can clean it. It's military grade nylon. You can throw it in a washing machine, you can throw it in your gear extractor. It can handle it. You get blood on this, decon it. If you get some kind of schmutz, oil, diesel, throw it in a gear extractor. It'll hold up. The other good thing is if you damage any of the connectors, it does not have to come back to us. We've made this thing modular to where if you had this connector and you close it in the door of the apparatus and you bent the hook, the ends are all tri-glides. You can take the material weave it out. So out comes the Tri-Glide. And you can replace your hooks, just like that. You can replace the Tri-Glides if you bend them for whatever reason, which you more than likely won't. The only part that's fixed on this entire radio strap would be this Cobra buckle right here. And I doubt these are ever going to break. If this tears for whatever reason, or this Tri-Glide bends for whatever reason, the buckle on the opposite side can come off, and you can weave a whole new setup in here, or add a second or a third one, and it's all user replaceable. This is the Ranger Green strap. We also have black, which it'll come like this in a package. Here's your black strap. And we also have two different lengths. We have regular length, which is explicitly said on the label. And then we have an extended length. Again, said on the label, which is very long. And you can switch different sides if you want. This one's to be worn on this side. I'll show you what the lengths will go to. So if we're going to talk about regular length, let's take this off real quick. This is as short as the regular length goes. Now, if I want to make it as long as possible on the back side, feed the material through. I'm 5'10". This is how far I can get it down here. If you still need more, don't forget you still have the range of motion on the adjuster, so I can get the strap down that far. Now, if you're over 6 feet, 6.5, 7 feet tall, if you're a giant, I'll show you the extended length. So I'll just hook into the other one. Like this. Here's your extended length. This is probably right where I would want it on its smallest setting. But again, this is tightened up all the way. If you run the adjustment out on the back side, this is how long it goes. And you still have all the adjustment here on the front side. If you wanted to go even lower, that's pretty long. Two different sizes, two different colors, with a radio bucket design coming down the road. Lastly, we'll show you how it looks with your turnout gear, and that'll be that. Okay, here's the last portion. I'm in my bunker gear, getting dressed. Could be a medical call, it could be a building fire, whatever. I have my radio strap on, designed to be worn under your bunker coat. If you wanted to have an anti-sway option, whether it's for issues with building fires, I've seen guys with radios where they slip around over to here, which is ridiculous. or if you just want to make sure that on a medical call you don't ding somebody in the head, you can get another sway strap and take the female connector, put it on your bunker gear. So it's right here. And you just leave it on there. So now, when you're going to your call, you think you're going to have to bend over, or you just want to clip in and be done with it while you're in your gear, take your sway strap, find your connector, good to go. Don't forget the adjustability. I can run this thing tight, I can run it out, whatever you desire. So when it comes to a building fire, I'll put my turnout coat on. As soon as I put my coat on, it's going to cover the radio. And again, if this was a leather radio strap, you all have buckles. So if you want to do adjust this on the fly, you have to undo your buckle, you have to redo your buckle. It's a pain in the ass when you're under the gun. Radio's covered, so if I want to adjust this out so I can have access to it while I'm operating, run the adjustment out. Now I have access on the fly. Leave it like that, take the microphone, put it on my gear, bundle up, good to go. With the edge binding on this radio strap, even if this starts to sway on you, you shouldn't feel it at all. When you're done, grab the tab, pull the radio, tighten it up. You're good to go. And that's it. Thank you.